episode is sponsored by Unique Serpents by Maki. Maki is the proud owner of her reptile pet rental service, where she actually offers birthday parties, photo shoots, local community events, video shoots, and help people to get over their fears of reptiles. She understands the importance of taking a person's fear into account. You can find Maki by going to Facebook, like, share, and follow her content on Facebook so that you're up to date on what's going on with Unique Serpents and what services are being offered in what season. You also can find her on Instagram. Like, share, follow her Instagram as well. I would like to take this time to thank Maki for sponsoring this episode of Reptiles and Cocktails. I look forward to your continued partnership, and I look forward to all that is to come for Unique Serpents by Maki. Good morning. Hey, Dre.
What up, what up, what up?
That's his sleep voice. He just woke up. I woke up like this. I'm loud this morning. So I woke up early, went back,
my headphones,
snoozed a couple times, and we are here. But this is going to be a great one. So good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy President's Day. Or if you don't recognize President's Day, let's say Happy Presidency Day. But good morning to everyone. First of all, I will say that, Dre, I went to load all of the photos in that I wanted to use for today, and for some reason, they're not loading, but that's okay.
I'm glad, because you told me to send you that at 6 a.m. I wasn't up.
I figured that, but I figured football season was over, that you might be up, because you know what I'm saying. So I said football season's over, he might be up.
Nicole, let me tell you like this. The only reason I get up this early on Mondays is for this podcast. Other than that, don't ever.
I appreciate it. So welcome back, everybody's welcome back, Dre. Look, we're gonna definitely go to the comments. Let's see. Can you go up on them? Because I can't. Why? I don't know why. Hold on. Oh, there we go. I can go up. I can go back. I can go back because I'm way at the bottom for some reason. So, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Stan. So I will tell you, Stan was in the show before the show started. Stan, the man. Bosa, good morning, Bosa.
Bosa, happen.
Let's see. Nameless collector. I know who this is, but I do not know who this is by nameless collector. Who is it? You have to message me. I think I know. I believe you're definitely from the bro group, but I don't know you by nameless. But I know who it is because we know each other. We can tell. Like when we communicate, I can tell. Rock on. Hey, Rock. Good morning. Madame. Good morning, Kent. Oh, that's right. It's President's Day. Kent is off today. I'm like, Kent. Good morning, Kent. Good morning, Justin.
What up, bro?
And I'm glad he is.
Good morning.
Maki, good morning. The sponsor of this episode is Unique.
Maki was popping.
Elias, what's up, Elias? Good morning. Ken, good morning, Ken. Good morning, Jolly. Should be seeing you guys in who's going to Tinley? Drop it in the chat. Like who am I going to see in Tinley in March? Y'all know Tinley is my favorite show. So I'm excited. And I'm excited because this time my husband has agreed to drive, which I don't know how his personality gonna be when he get there. I love the road. He preferred to be in the air. But I definitely wanted to drive one of the Tinleys, so I can bring so much more stuff back. So he agreed. So we'll see how they go. We're gonna just start driving down so he can stop somewhere through, so we can just spend a night somewhere else and kind of relax.
I was gonna say what day y'all leaving.
So I believe, well, it depends because it's stuff popping around here. You know, it's big shit popping.
you know.
Things stop. So I don't know how I'm gonna feel about going somewhere in March because it's two ball pythons that definitely should lay before then, but then there's one that might be on and by this being all my first year of all, this happening, I don't want to put that although we let Michael, and y'all gonna see on the video, do almost everything as far as pulling the retic eggs and all that kind of stuff, so he can get familiar and comfortable, but I don't know. So we probably, if all things go the way that we want, probably believe to start driving on Wednesday, stay somewhere Wednesday night, and then hit the Tinley on Thursday.
Yep. Yeah. That's what I plan on getting there on Thursday.
Okay. And I think are you staying at our hotel this time?
Holiday Inn.
No, I think we at the.
They was building it. They was still building it last time we was there, so it wasn't open.
Okay,
yet.
so we're right across. I think it's right. We're right across from each other then, because we stay at the same one across the street. And
oh yeah, it's gonna be.
Hey, Melinda. KT in the house. KT in the house. Oh man, KT was popping.
What up, KT?
KT was my disco and my dance and my club partner. All right, y'all. I'm trying to do this without my glasses since my computer is so close. Good. These eyes. Hold on. Let's just say.
What up, Nameless? Man.
Nicole Happy. She's snake. Yes. It's a good one. I'm happy that everything went well with her. Perfect eggs. Which I always say that this is the most vulnerable time for a animal is when they're giving birth. And it is a good testament of your overall husbandry on how things go. So I will say that when you guys see the video of all the things that I documented throughout the process and like in totality, you will see how amazing this experience has been regarding T'Challa and again, my reticulated pythons. 2 days before T'Challa, I shared this video with the usual suspects, gave birth. You would not even thought she was still pregnant. I knew because I knew how her body was, but she acted like normal T'Challa. Her laying the egg, she did it gracefully. She didn't seem to have any issues. They were perfect, beautiful, rounded white eggs. You couldn't ask for any heavier, stronger eggs. She gave us 22 very healthy eggs, thank God. And
she how many?
22.
Wow, that's what's up.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, I was praying that it was less. No, I'm not. No, that depends on what comes out. I will tell you this: if a golden child comes, if she duplicates herself, if another Motley Golden Child Sunfire comes out the egg, I would probably keep it if it's a male, but everything else got to go. It literally, I still don't have space to have 30 reticulated pythons. Now, if between now and then I hit the lottery or something, and we can just go here and buy this mansion in Texas. Everything is in FS.
You want to go to Texas?
Yes, that's you know how much this house I paid for, how much we paid for this house in Fort Washington in Texas, what kind of land, square footage, marble countertops, custom made cabinets. Hell yeah. I could sell this house if the market was in a different condition, sell this house, take the cash out from the sale of this house and buy a house in Texas that's better and bigger than the house that we have here. Don't sleep on Texas market. That's a dream. And my husband is he's willing when the time is right. I just want to take my grandkids if that happens. So yeah, so she's doing fine, and she ate her meal last night. So she got a rabbit. I had thawed out a rabbit when she started laying. She ate.
Hey, you can skip that comment. Tell Maki go on with her bullshit this morning.
Cheese.
She
Oh, look, I
tell her
can't
to go on her
see
bullshit this morning.
cheese.
That's why she lonely and single like me. Go on somewhere.
Oh, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. Look, Maki, tell him you are not lonely. You are alone. There is a difference.
Whatever. What up, Maki? Good morning. Good morning.
I can
That's
remember
facts.
7 years of my life of being alone. It was a wonderful 7 years. I wasn't lonely by far. XFL.
No, what all them personalities you got.
Oh, so they got football again. All right, y'all, because I want to make sure I get through some of these before I get rolling. Would the snake guard get out the chat? I'm counting the days down. Yay, Pike. Can't wait to see Pike and Tinley. Who else coming to Tinley? Elbow cough. Ken, why you elbow coughing? Go elbow cough. Make it loud. Say it loud. Say it loud. Tell Slim coffee, monsters, and sleep the whole day prior works for me. He just don't. He just want to get there quick. I'm good. I can be the pilot, so I like to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Husband.
How long a drive is that for y'all?
Anybody who know him by his name and call him by his name. I just call him husband. Tracy, you got everybody asking me why I don't call him by his name.
Yeah, cause she used to be trying to. I'm like, I'm not about to call that man hubby. That's not gonna work. What is his actual name, Nicole? Like, I was like, what is his name? I was like, I'm not calling him that. How long does that drive for y'all?
His name is Babe. Huh?
I said, how long does that drive for y'all?
11. It's not bad. I drove 14 hours with COVID from Florida.
Dude.
This easy.
I remember it. 5.5 each day. You good?
I don't know how many times I got phone calls like, "Oh, you check into a hotel. Are you okay?" Like, really, I can't believe you're doing this. I remember telling y'all I was doing. No one believed me. I was coming home. What I did say to you, Dre, didn't I say I'm going home?
Right. She said, I ain't been back to Florida since. Y'all got me messed up.
There you go. Where is it at, Bosa? Florida. Florida. All right. So today I want to just take we wanted to take some time to just acknowledge just like, just some great accomplishments that people had in the community, or some great things, or just some great people in the community from not just the past week, but some of these things happened in the past week. And some people are just continuously just amazing and great at what they do. So we want to shout those people out. So, Dre, did you want to go first? Did you want me to let you go? Want me to go with my first person?
Go ahead. You can go first.
So I wanted to upload the photos because some of these people actually had photos for. And one of the first ones, I don't know if she's in the chat, but she is normally in the chat, is Christina. And Christina Hill. And Christina is a person who, like many of us and like many of you, are always involved in the different aspects of the reptile community. She's active in it. She actually is involved in the community, and she brings people together. How I met Christina was through Tim of Intrepid Exotics. She didn't know me. I didn't know her. We connected then. And then she just followed along the podcast, which is important to me, because like once you start like coming into the community and you're coming into the podcast, you're coming into my world, kind of like for you to stick in the world with me and kind of watch the ride as it goes along. So Christina is 100% supporter. She tags me in a lot of stuff that I don't know what's going on. So that's how I get to witness and jump in some of the other chats or new podcasts or new events, whatever it may be. It might be a new, like I will tell you that she's one of the reasons that I'm way more involved or I pay attention to Instagram lives, because I wasn't really that alert to them. So for me, I would definitely say Christina is that person, one of the people. I have 5 that I wrote down, and we're going to do this more often. 5 for today that I want to just shout out for different reasons. But Christina is definitely one of them. So shout out to Christina Hill.
What's her handle on Instagram?
G3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm used to seeing everybody's
Can
name. I
you
don't know
drop
everybody's other name.
Christina in the chat if you can, if you're not driving, because both might be driving. If not, I'll make sure that her Instagram is linked, or if someone else can do it, I'll make sure her Instagram is linked into the description on this channel. Who you got? Who you want to shout out? Dre.
Ooh.
We might have a person that might be the same, but
I'm gonna go with Bosa. Bosa is like the biggest supporter of the whole reptile world. Bosa and Elias, honestly. Anything that I post, one of them or both of them is jumping on it, sharing it. But not just me. I've seen your stuff shared. I've seen so many people shared on the stories, and they just support everybody in the reptile world. So that's dope. We need more of, and it kind of reminds me of something I need to do better at. Kind of highlighting other reptile keepers that's out there, and showing people there's other people out there outside of me, because there's a lot of people that I was on a live yesterday, and I was like, the reptile world is big but small at the same time.
right.
You can not know a lot of people, but everybody knows everybody. Like, we're all linked somehow. But the way that they share, and even on Facebook, Instagram, like, I'll post it 30 seconds later, I'll be looking at the notification, Bosa or Elias shared it. I'm like, man, y'all be on it. So definitely them two off rip.
Yep. So Bosa was definitely one of mine. And of course, I've said it before. It's no confusion who probably my all-time favorite person is in the reptile community. And I would say Bosa has become family, personal family. Even yesterday, I'm talking to Pam, and she's telling me about a new shirt or hoodie that Bosa did that she ordered for my nephew Kai. That I don't even know about Bosa. Can I see the sweatshirt? So my sister is more on point than I am, but he's actually became a family name in my house, in my household, and my siblings' household. And that says a lot. Like, when your personality, I always say, and I know Bosa hate when I say this, but this is the best way for me to how I feel about Bosa. Bosa is like the reptile Jesus. Like, even where some of us, and I'm guilty of it. Like, I'm a person who, that if I don't like somebody, I just can't engage, right? Like, I have to kind of stay distant. Which, that's not the Jesus thing to do. That's not the right thing to do. And Bosa will, even where I know, because I know his spirit, where even though somebody's spirit may challenges his spirit, he still loves that person, loves on that person. He still share that love. And Bosa, I want to say that this week I'm going to do better with that. I'm going to engage myself with people that I'm not favorable. Maybe they're not my favorite people, but they are a great crowd about them. And in that case, I'm going to do what Bosa and Jesus would do. I'm going to definitely, may not be boisterous about it, but definitely support those people as well. Unless I hate you, and there's no one in the reptile community that I hate. I can say that there's no one who's done anything to me that make me use. When I say hate, people know what that means. Like, you can call me and tell me that family member died and the funeral is, and I'm on the phone telling you, why are you calling me? That's when I use that word hate. I don't believe in using that word. There's no one in the reptile community that I hate. Nobody. None of you I know that well to have developed that type of discontentment for. So Bosa, we're going to be more like Bosa, and I'm going to be the lead in that and try to do better. Another person who's like that is Keys. Keys has a way of engaging with people that may not totally pop onto his personality and all his codes of ethics. But I will tell you that he coaches me through that a lot, and I will continue to work on that part of me, because I'm normally totally different in that energy. It's like it just kind of preserves my spirit if I just cut it off, and that's not always the right thing to do. So another person on my list he's in the chat. Justin Pike, he gonna kill me because Pike doesn't like none of the limelight. But I'm just gonna say this: the brain that Justin has in this reptile community, the extent of the love and the care that he gives his animals, as far as feeding and everything, is amazing. When you reach out to Justin, and he is a hardworking man, got his own land and animals and everything that he has to take care of, he's there for you. And he tells you everything that he knows that made him successful. He tells you, don't do this because this is what I did wrong. And I know he don't just do this for me. I feel like, Justin, that I probably call you all the time or hit you up all the time on a particular topic, but I do because I know that you're genuine and the information that you're going to give me is elite, you know. And like I said before, although Justin claims he only been doing this for about 4 years, or what how he said all nonchalantly, he produces amazing animals. He produces amazing animals to feed his animals, and he always have a better way of doing something, and he documents the things that he learned along the way and share them. And I will tell you, the experiences that I'm having with breathing, I have to give you a lot of credit for me not stressing over some things that other people may have stressed over because of the things that you actually tell us. And shout out to Pike. I'm gonna stop because I know he don't like all of this stuff, but you was going to get this list today. Right. WWBD. I love it. What we're supposed to do. That's the new thing. I love it, Rob. WWBD. Justin has some fire, yes, and he also has fire in his heart. And you know, again, in this, what's going to sustain your ability to love what we're doing is passion. We've seen in this last week, I know some things, some people who are coming out of it for right now or forever that I never thought would. But everybody's season is different and everybody's situation is different. I am, like I always tell people, it's not that I'm not, you know, I don't worry about things. It's just that I have support. I have a husband. Everybody don't have support. And so if I was a single breeder going through some of the downturns in the market and things like that, that I should be concerned about, especially being a new breeder, I might have to make decisions that I wouldn't have necessarily wanted to make. So I just want to humbly say shout out to all those people who make decisions. I know they're tough for you guys. I know they're not decisions that you want to make, but maybe the best decisions that was for you at the moment. I hope that some of you come back to the community in one way, shape, or form. And I hope that in the end of the day, even if it's temporary, that you don't lose your passion, because your passion is really what's going to pass you on into this. So
thanks.
That's that on that. But shout out to everybody who's grinding in this thing. For me, though, as a new breeder, I'm loving this down market, right? Because this is my time. I mean, the animals that I purchased at my powerhouse animals a year or 2 years ago, they're just going to be ready later on in this season. So for me, it's like it's this quiet time of opportunity to build up some very healthy animals that when they're ready to breed, is solid, and then the market should be turning again at that time. And if not, I'm not overproducing where I'm going to be wondering what to do next. And that's just, I would say, everybody don't have to take my position. Some people can produce it whatever the hell they want and not have to worry because they built that clientele. They've been in this game. They got the skin in the game, and they're going to have those repeat customers. Or if they go to a show, people are going to just come to them. Like when we go to Tinley, it's certain people, tables I'm going to first before I walk around the entire Tinley. And that's just because I've dealt business with them before, or if I haven't dealt business before, I love their animals. I intend at some point in life to get one, or I just truly support what they represent for all of us and what all of us do in the hobby. Hey, Tim, I'm so glad to see you back active. First of all, I want to shout out Niles' new home. Shout out to Niles. Niles got my new home. Tim built it by hand. Tim put a tub in it too, y'all. The benefit to y'all's, hey, Keys. This is mother. Yes, I'm a mother of free ticks, bro. Tim built Niles a new home, and he actually put a real tub in there. And then you seen I don't know if y'all ever followed, I think it was, his name was Dander. It might have been it was another water monitor. It was a water monitor named Dander, and he used to have a nice little tub and everything. But to see Tim build that by hand is amazing. To see any of you guys who can build massive things like that by hand is amazing. My husband did that for me, but for those of you who do it over and over and over again, that's amazing. If I could do that myself and not put the burden on my husband, I would have more reticulated pythons for sure, because I could just build shit. New house, you got bigger, okay, but I can't, and I wish. So one of my goals for 2023 is to find not the material, the skill set for myself, without saying, because this is what I'll do, y'all. I'll go buy the material, say I'm gonna do it myself, and end up yelling down, babe, babe. And in my intent sometimes not to bother him because he does so much. But it always ends up on him. So I really, really, really want to do better at learning to do those things myself, so I can be like a Tim and build houses and crap for my animals without bothering my husband. Because at the end of the day, I'm the one who come up with all these ideas to get more and more and more. Hey, Christina. I didn't see you come in, mama. We shouted you out. I don't know if you heard. Keys too. Keys missed it. Justin. So another person on my list, and actually this person is, I'm representing today, USR, Vanessa. So Vanessa from USR, as you know, was promoted as director. And I had said that once she got into that position, that I hope to see more change and more engagement as far as responsiveness. And it was kind of cool to receive an extra email from her for something I did a while back. So shout out to Vanessa. Definitely, I've already reached out to her for March, because she's reached out for volunteers for the shows. And as much as I love Tinley, it's hypocritical to say I love US ARC too in the same breath and not be able to support. So I'm glad that she reached out for volunteers. So I definitely plan to volunteer in March for US ARC and really help Vanessa out in any way that I can, even from where I am remotely, because it's very important that we continue to grow that club. We need to grow that membership. It's important. For those of you who know, I'm doing that locally. I'm trying to grab every mother and father child and make sure that they get their kids understanding of US Art, getting them registered, getting themselves registered for US Art, and working along and trying to insert myself more so I can find with using my expertise, because management is my thing. People management is my thing. I'm trying easier ways and creating new business plans and goal plans is what I do. So I hope I can do some of that for US Art to make it where the responsiveness to the community actually shows a benefit, if that makes sense. Like if you reach out to them, that you're getting a quick response for whatever you need to help in the communities that you are in. Because the true way that we're going to spread it is that we need soldiers in our individual armies, in our individual states, in our individual cities to make US Art grow. So it's similar to what I don't know, for some of y'all who on my Facebook page, my sister made me so emotional in her post to me this weekend, because not all the other stuff that she said. She told y'all a lot of stuff about me in that post that some of y'all may not have known, other than people who are close to me. The rapping and the singing is real. Like I really did these things, and all of that. Wait a minute, Dre, your camera is light. I hear your voice, and all I see is a nice chandelier.
I'm multitasking right now, but I'm coming back shortly. I got the little one, so I'm trying to get her together.
And we have to do that. So as much as you can in your own communities, wherever you can, whether it's your local zoo, whether it's your local ASPCA, wherever you can communicate US ARC. And we need more literature. We need more. Christina should be able to go to her local ASPCA and have US ARC material to provide to them if they don't have it or have a way to get it, if that makes sense. So, all right. So another person that I had on my list for today in the community that is amazing is Billy from Mutation Creation. So what I love about Billy as a big breeder, the time and effort he puts into the community and the community at large, because Billy is involved in a lot of different podcasts. He does get, visits on different podcasts. He does his own podcast, and to see him doing his Mondays is really cool too. But I feel as though when you're talking to Billy, it's not all of this high level conversation. He's hitting you here with stuff that will stick, and I appreciate that. And shout out to the people who get to work for him, because that is why they're successful, because I'm sure that just getting that constant pouring out of information into them, like we get it in the community third way. They're getting it firsthand. And that to me is just absolutely amazing. I just wanted to take a time. This was a cup. My husband just handed it to me. But one of my old employees had got me this cup. And you can see it has Lady T's Exotics on the the front, but on the back. So those of you who ever receive a hat, shirt, or anything like that for me, it normally comes with a card. And those cards I normally shuffle, and they motivational cards, and we'll pull one out and then put it in your thing. And sometimes it hits right where you need to hit. So they know that I like motivational quotes. And so everything they buy me has something like this on it. And this one says, I don't know if y'all can see it, live in the moment. And it has an arrow. And this is what was a gift that they gave me when I retired. So thank you. Love it. It's a good reminder of my team, which I get to talk to some of them all the time. Not about work or anything. That's what I love, but they be all into what we're doing over here. Let's see. Darlene, yes, it was awesome, but she knows she has to give me warning so people don't see my soft side. My family we're not on my mother's side. My father was the lovey. My mother's side, we go hard. So when we get mushy, like I need warning. We don't we don't do mushy a whole lot. Unless normally like something crazy is happening, and normally you hear I love you, I love you, I love you. But outside of that, normally, like even with me talking on the phone to my mother, how some people say I love you after every call, my mother would say, what you want? What's wrong? We don't do that. We'll text it. Or if something serious is going on, you're like, you ready going to surgery or something like that, you might hear I love you, but we just don't do it normally. We did it with my dad, but not with my mom. It's crazy. So yeah, siblings do it. I gotta be like, I'm like, wait a minute. I had to get myself together. Hi, Mama.
What else we got? I'm gonna go ice skating. It's getting a little warm for ice skating.
Oh, I have several of these, Maki. I got like probably about 20 of these. My employees when I tell you they love the fact that I did what I did, they took Lady T's Exotics to heart. I have clothes from them, shoes from them. I have keychains, bracelets. If you ever see me with like those snake bracelets and necklaces and stuff, they come all from my old employees. So for any holiday, whatever, that's what they did. They would Lady T's Exotic me up.
All right. Well, before Nicole still a limelight again, I'm gonna go ahead and shout out a couple people.
Go ahead.
She going through the whole Bible. My guy Mike Stefani from Mike's Monitors, probably one of the most positive but coolest people in the not just monitors but in the game. I met Mike a couple of years ago at Schaumburg, so it was right before they brought Tinley back. We were just coming out of COVID, and he saw me with my camera, and he was like, "Hey man, you want me to take out a monitor for you?" He was just real cool, and I had seen pictures of him before, but I had never talked to him. And he was like, "Yeah, brother, whatever you need, let me know." And he was like, "Matter of fact, you should come by the house and do a video." So it's been 2 years too long, and I have yet to go, but I'm going in March.
Yeah, because he was
to do a
so
collab with
disappointed
Mike.
that you didn't show up the last time.
Because I hit some. It was an accident in Indiana, and I got stuck in it, and he still had to get loaded up for Tinley. So I was like, man, I was
Definitely.
like, I'm too late. Yeah, I was
So if
way too
y'all
late.
don't know, when I hit Tinley, when I eat Friday, when I hit the door, before I go anywhere else, the first person I go to is I find
Mike's,
on the mic.
Mike's
The
monitor.
show don't start until I go. For first of all, if y'all didn't know, you know what I'm saying? I'm really a Stefani. I Photoshop myself into the family quite often. I just think the entire family, like if you was a child, if you had to go away and come back as a child, I would want to come back as a Stefani. I love that family bond that they have, that unit that they have, that love that they have, that genuine love they have. It's
his
dope.
whole family is behind his table. Like everybody help him out. It's just like they just some cool people, man. And like to talk to him is humbling. And I mean, it's more like people. It's honestly, he reminds me of just like a older, well seasoned Bosa. Like he's been around a while and is positive. He got really beautiful animals. His setups are dope. He's built them all himself, him and his family. So it's just like I tell people all the time. I don't care who you are in the community. I don't care how long you've been in the community. If you have a problem with Mike Stefani, something is wrong with you. Because that dude don't got a hate bone in his body. When I tell you, like, even then, like he's giving me advice. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely giving me a lot of positivity. Like just talking, we talk online a lot, but talking in person, it's just like, although he's older, he don't talk down on you, but you give him that respect just because, like, you got to, and everybody call him Uncle Mike. So man, that's the guy right there. So if you go to Tinley, when you walk in, you got to go to the left back corner, kind of in the middle, and go.
I think he's the only person, damn it, who has the same spot every time. I just love how it's the good old Italian love, or the Italian love if you don't screw an Italian. Let's say that. It's a good old Italian love. But his spirit starts Tinley off for me. That's the first, like that's that hug, that laugh that I get. This is now kicking off Tinley. So shout out to Uncle Mike and Mike Monitors. Beautiful animals, like Dre said. All I would tell you is that do not let Uncle Mike let you hold an animal because you're gonna buy it.
Mike is the reason Nicole got Ackies. Mike is the reason Nicole got Ackies. She wasn't even going.
I love them things though, but I'm like, what? Ackies was not on my radar. It was. I wanted to know about a lace monitor. I think it was right, Dre, or some. It was a smaller monitor I wanted to know about, but he said you still would need a big enclosure for. But these you wouldn't. So he put them in my hand, and I'm holding them. Oh, they really cute. Blah blah blah. And it went downhill from there. And Dre wasn't no help because his ass was standing right there, and he did not say.
No, I was standing there with Slim talking shit. I was like, "How you put up with this, bro?" She told you she wasn't getting nothing done. He was just like, yeah. I mean, hey.
And it went all downhill from there. That whole. Now, I will tell you this, Tinley, I will not be buying any snakes. I don't need snakes. I'm at the point of only producing at this moment. But I can't. I'm gonna come back with a lot of supplies. I can't say that I'm not going to want to buy some type of enclosure or something like that. I don't know. But no snakes. I promise you, if you see a snake in my hand, you smack it out not smack it out my hand, but you take it out my hand, Dre, and say, no, you're being very impulsive right now.
She's saying that now.
No.
Like she ain't a Gemini, and then she's going to turn around and try to cuss me out. Nobody got time for her shenanigans, bro. We ain't got time for that. The next person, though, I got to shout out is my boy Trav out of Texas, mongrel reptiles, green tree python breeder. The cool thing about you, this is his first year breeding green tree pythons, and he was third for how many babies he produced, and that's a lot for your first year. I mean, it's people who've been doing this
green trees, period. Yeah,
people been doing this a while, and they weren't as successful as he was on their first try. So they do a tally for every state. And then they also do it for all the breeders that are in the United States that breed green tree pythons. And he came in third on the list over a lot of these bigger breeders. So shout out to him, man. And just shipped some babies out this past week. So shout out to him. That's dope. It's nice
That
to see.
is. I don't know if I follow him. Make sure you send me or
yeah, I got you.
send me his IG.
That's
I will. His twin, y'all.
Say hi.
Hi. Hey,
That's-
girl.
That's Auntie Cole. She be acting crazy
Hey,
sometimes.
girl.
But, you know. Have you met her yet, Nicole?
In person, yeah, when she was a baby at Tinley. She was in a stroller.
Okay. I couldn't remember if you met her or not yet. But...
The first Tinley, not the second one. The first Tinley. The first day. Or the second day.
Okay.
But it was one day they didn't stay long, but you had her in the stroller.
Yep.
Yeah. She was a little girl. I mean, she was younger then.
Yeah, she big girl now. Okay, get off my necklace, girl.
All right. So
what up, Keys?
my next person is I thought would be
I wasn't done.
Okay.
You gave like a hot 60. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
you go ahead because I think one of my people might be your people. So go ahead.
I'm talking trash. I gotta cut. Honestly, they just coming to me. Go ahead. And I've been checking my Instagram to make sure I don't miss nobody. Okay, watch cartoons.
Hold on.
Right
here. Wait a minute. Hold on. We're gonna stop before you go, Dre. I gotta stop on Tim's comment. Tim, wait a minute. Where Chris? Can someone call Chris? Hold on. He should be at work because I forgot. Chris from the Fat Man. I am using my camera. This is the ongoing joke, Tim. I have a wonderful camera, Canon camera that I use for videos that I could use for streaming. Dre, as a witness, would tell you that. But I think the cameras on my Mac and the camera on my iPad do me just fine. That's what I'm using.
That's what I'm using. I just ain't got my special lights today. But
see, Chris.
Nicole.
I thank you. So I appreciate it. I think some of these computers have excellent cameras, and because I don't like hooking crap up anyway, I roll with them.
That's what it's for.
Now the mic, I do have the mic. I just don't like it in my face. But yeah,
I see you. You see me. So I want to shout out Nicole as well.
Me?
We met a year ago.
It wasn't a year ago. Can you stop saying that? Oh, you mean
I'm in person? See, okay. I'm trying to give props. Look, drink your drink.
I'm sorry.
Let me talk.
I'm just saying. It wasn't a year ago.
It's been 3 weeks since I've been on here. I got a lot to say. Like I was saying.
Go on. Let me let you have your platform.
It's been a year since we met in person at Hamburg. It feels like it's been 10.
Yeah, seriously.
It's been forever. We was in the parking lot.
Probably one of the very few people who know the ways. Like, okay, she quiet. Okay.
But you do the same for me.
Yeah, right.
You know
yeah.
Even when you disagree, even when we disagree, you be trying to talk to me crazy through voice message. I'll be like, oh no. You know, but
I'm sensitive to you though is when I really know that you're going through. Like that's where I'm I'm totally different. I don't even give the same, you know what I'm saying? Like my intro to the conversation is different.
Listen, I had a lot of people hitting me up, but Nicole was just her delivery be funny. She'd be like, "Hey, are you alive?" I'd be like,
"You kill someone, or are you in jail?"
Man, I'm like, yes, I'm okay.
Look, I gotta act.
But
you know, at least that's somebody call me if you go to jail, right?
Since day one, that's how it's been. We was at that nasty Chinese restaurant in the parking lot. We was talking about
it was not nasty. Stop saying that. It wasn't.
That food was disgusting.
Well, look, did you see the video? Wait a minute, I gotta tell you this, y'all. Y'all, this is real. It was on the news. The Cracker Barrel. So we went to the Cracker Barrel, and Dre said this, y'all. Listen, and I laid you out, Dre. I'm like, stop saying that. We get to the Cracker Barrel, so we at Hamburg. Oh, this is a real story. This is no angle. Y'all know I am. Well, Dre would tell you I don't even talk racism, okay? Because I believe it goes both ways. So I'm just being real on this one. So we go to Cracker Barrel. We get out the car. We all coming in. It's about 15 of us. You would say 15, 20?
Yeah.
The lady look at us. and she say, we won't have tables for like 3 hours or something like that. And Dre turned around, was like, I didn't want to eat here anyway. He said, she looked at all of us and didn't want us to eat here. Oh, how did you word? You said they ain't want us here anyway, or something like that. In the
That
Cracker
sounds about right. That sounds about right.
Wait a minute, Dre. On the news the other day, it was a real thing that they did these researches on Cracker Barrels where people were really doing it. Like they had a code word to tell the people, if a group of black people came in. It's on TV. I swear to goodness. And all I could think about, Dre, was you that day, because you was there sat on when they saw all of us. We wasn't eating here anyway. And so we ended up going somewhere else. But I thought that was hysterical when I saw that. I was like, Dre said that. That girl was at the mic. He said she turned around. She came back, was like, it's going to be about 3 hours.
we got Cracker Barrels here. They all operate the same.
And then he said, it ain't even that crowded. I'm like, well, Dre, maybe because of COVID. And he was like, okay.
Bro, because when they told me they wanted to eat at Cracker Barrel, I instantly got an attitude. I was like, that food ain't even that good. I'd rather go to Bob Evans.
I like Cracker Barrel. I like Cracker Barrel, but that was funny. It's a real story going on right now, Dre. So you might have been right. I just thought it was hysterical.
I'm just, yeah. But next person I want to shout out, my homie Carol. She jumps on here every now and then. But any like podcast I do, she jumps on. One of my biggest supporters. Her name is Carol. Cold Blooded Needs on Instagram. Super dope person out of New York. If y'all can go follow her, she's trying to go her account, but super cool, super dope person, super positive. She's just got into the. She just got like some real dope lighting that she just put me on to, so I'm about to upgrade my lighting as well, and she's a real positive person. So I definitely wanted to highlight her. As well as my friend M from Espresso Gecko. She's more into spiders, but she's got some boas. But she's got some really dope content that she pushes out. Why are we crying? Hey, come here. Why are we crying? What's the problem? What's your words? You okay?
Thank you, Davis.
Oh, you okay?
Oh. Don't say that, Nicole. It only means you're going to buy a snake. No, I'm not, Elias.
Go watch your cartoon.
I'm not. Now, I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna buy other stuff, but I promise you, bro, I'm not buying a snake.
You're gonna have to fight me first.
I only have one other snake and that's the snake that everybody know I've been waiting on. That's my female one. She's established with sick with it. That's it. That's the only other snake, and that should hopefully be before Tenley if she, eats and everything is good.
She said she's not buying a snake. She didn't say nothing about no lizard.
I won't. So I know I won't buy a snake, but I can't say if I see a good deal on a lace monitor. I've been wanting one of those. You
talking regular lace or belt lace?
Belt lace, the black and white.
I held a black dragon over the weekend. I was just like,
so I thought you bought it. You didn't see my message. That's why I was asking. Did you get it from Ian?
No, Ian was there. He didn't have any at the show. He had all snakes actually, but no, it wasn't. It was somebody. It was actually the one here who runs the show. He vends at Tenley as well, but he runs the show here. He had one, but I was just like, man, it was super calm too. She didn't have to fight me first. I see the comment.
Right? Or kill him.
Hey, Nicole was probably the only person that knows. Look, when it comes to that little girl. I'm psycho.
You don't get emotional about nothing but that one, okay? Like I don't even think I make jokes about her. Like I tread line very, very carefully when it comes to the baby girl. But I get it. My husband is the same way about his and mine's. But things about his daughter, she's technically the youngest out of all of them. So everybody's protective over her. And my daughter-in-law, y'all, she's so sweet. Like she don't have that rough edge like my daughter. So when someone mess with her, and Dre, you seen it, like, look.
You might not see it, but all you gonna hear is shh.
stepdaughter, man. She's
Listen, see,
a
that's the
sweet,
advantage.
beautiful girl,
That's
beautiful, drop dead gorgeous, but she's so humble. But what pisses me off is that people come for her because she's so beautiful. Like, you know, some people, you would look at her and think that she's a snob, and she's not. She's the polar opposite of it. And so I don't play when it comes to her. And I tell people all, your stepmother will go to jail for you.
that's why I can't wait till my daughter gets to like elementary and middle school, because the advantage of being short, I can shave this off and I'll be a student. You know what I'm saying? It's like I fight kids. What?
I was not expecting you to say that.
Like, I don't have a problem. I
thought
kids.
this was going somewhere else.
What, man? What?
Yeah, Mikey's still a student. Hey, Wiz. Good morning, Wiz.
But yeah, I fight kids. I don't have a problem with it. So it's just like, ain't no problem with me to get that on. Because we went and looked at some new daycares recently, and I was looking at some of these 2-year-olds like, Jesus. Ain't no thing. Ain't no thing. What's up? Yes.
I can't. Look.
Huh?
All right, so let me go to my person because I got my last person.
I wasn't done. It's like, no, go ahead.
All right, you can go back to yours.
No, I was done.
Oh, you was done? All right, so then I got two then because you didn't say the person that I thought. So I'm going to go to, before I go to that last one, I'm going to go to Whammo. So Easy also does a lot of tagging and supporting everyone in the community. When Bosa hit his clutch last week, he tagged us all. But I also want to shout to Levi because Levi made it a big post on Facebook. And that's how I knew Bosa. I didn't even see Bosa's original post. I saw it from Levi. And so I was able to share Levi's post. But so two of my people is definitely Z from Wanaton, and gotta give Chris and Levi their props too. I really love that energy of the two of them together. Levi is like, so it's like everybody has a calm and a storm. Chris is the calm, Levi is the storm, but the combination together works the good for the community. They are so positive. They really know how to tackle tough subjects without being too passionate, where and me and Dre avoid certain subjects because we are very passionate. And like for me, I'm not the oven that you can turn on and put on medium. I'm either hot or cold. So I just stay away from certain things. But I will watch them because I know if they address it in a very unbiased, diplomatic way without
we're not there yet.
Self-promote themselves. And I really, really love Chris and Levi and their show as well. So I think I covered all my people. Bosa was one of them that you covered. Bosa was one. Easy was one. Vanessa, Christina, Justin Pipeline. Oh, and Ian. Ian is another one. So I think from
exotics.
Yep.
So
experience, with T'Challa, and it being my first reticulated python. First of all, let me say this. Shout out to every seasoned retic owner who was man enough, and I'm saying man enough because they were all men, who gave me credit on this. So what they said was, first of all, retics are hard to breed. Mine apparently bred themselves and it was easy. So note that your retics probably are hard to breed because they're not ready to breed. But when they're ready, clearly they lock in less than a minute. She gets pregnant. She comes off food. She goes through the whole process. In less than 4 months, we got babies. But shout out to the breeders because that does make me feel good, because where I know I'm good on the husbandry, the breeding was like, now she's pregnant, let's hope this go well. And you guys really encouraged me and reminded me of who I am in this, and I thank you. Special shout out to Matthew Oakley. He was the first one to give me big ups on that. Like, damn, like you lucky, like you don't get it easy. So I really, really do appreciate that. It's unfortunate though that if I didn't have the Matthew Oakleys or Jim Jolly, who really pretty much could just look at my snake and tell me exactly where we were in the process. If I didn't have that, it's not a lot. It's all kinds of ball python breeding videos out there. So I'm trying to be very meticulous in how I put this one together. So you guys can get coverage on things that's going to probably like make you like, well, is she pregnant? Or, you know, or did I miss the judgment on the prelay? You know, like it's going to be things that's going to let you know that you're on point. Just that retics do things differently when they're pregnant. I only saw one of a video. It was about 4 years old. And even then, he didn't cover all of the things that happen in between that may be a little obscure or unsure, or things that you should do and things like that. So anyway, I say that to say Ian is probably one of the very few who do show you more of that process when it comes to his related pythons. The only thing I could not find in Ian's videos is some of the intricate things that I'm gonna share with you, like my sister mentioned it. Snakes lose a mucus plug before they have babies. I happened to catch it on video, and I was watching her like a hawk. I had a camera in one outside of her enclosure up to the point that she laid, and then I took the camera out, because another thing that y'all need to know, your retics can watch your cameras, and it's like having a person there. So when your camera like moves, something in their eyes, and if you ever pay attention, if you have a retic, when your camera, if you're watching them through the camera and your camera moves, watch how they move with the camera and look that camera right in the eye, like they looking you right in your eye. That's a disturbance to a retic who's actually laying, and we don't want her to be disrupted and get egg bound. So I took the camera out when I realized she was laying. But up until that point, I just kind of wanted to document different things that she would do with her body, how she would act, and things like that along the way. And I have all that documentation consolidated into one video. I just got to finish the editing today, and so hopefully we can get that up to you guys today, no longer than tomorrow. But it's going to be helpful for anybody with retics or bigger snakes, because I can tell you it's different from how their bodies act, other than, you know, some of the turning and heating up the eggs and that kind of stuff. Ball pythons do that too. But some of the activity that they do is amazing, especially the fact that they hadn't eaten. I didn't think they had that much energy. So definitely, Darlene, I love you too.
So big shout out to our very own Miss Lady Tiz for breeding her retics unintentionally or intentionally.
Because let's be clear, y'all. I didn't breed them. They successful, but I will give my husbandry credit. The fact that I allow my snakes, the fact that I allow them to like explore the home, I think made the practice of those two retics to mate to be comfortable with each other. There was no fighting. There was no hesitating by the female they invited to each other. She kind of invited him into her home to have and when they were done, they were done. And as soon as she got pregnant, he instantly turned off all of his breeding behavior. He stopped arching and everything. So that was another way that I knew that.
You know how it is. You get what you need done. You're like, okay.
He did. It was like, all right. Still thinking, like, no way that one lot got her pregnant. What happened was, I think it was like December. She ovulated, and with a retic, I'm still confused when y'all telling me I'm looking at a ball python ovulation. With a retic, it is no question. It is a ovulation.
He said, one and done. You gonna learn today.
Yes, like this
strong genes.
This is, yeah. And so so that experience, and everything was perfect. Like, I don't have any slugs. I just hope that, because now it's all on me. That's what I told T'Challa. I got the eggs now, and it's all on me. No, there was no Jay Brewer experiences pulling her eggs. Michael actually helped pull the eggs. Initially, she was conflicted. It was like, should I let him get him or should I not? But she didn't strike. She didn't, like, post up to try to bite him, anything like that. She was more like, no, I want to hold on to him. So what she was doing was she would coil her lower part of her body around the eggs, trying to hold on to him. So of course I uncoiled that part, and we was able to get him no problem. She went back to herself. As soon as we got him, we got her washed, we cleaned out her enclosure, she went back to herself. So it's been successful so far. So thank you all. I am excited about that. But shout out to the people, like I said, who are making sure that they put the information out there. Hey, Cara Shay. So we will know what to do when we are breeding all types of animals, because we don't just breed ball pythons. And that's important for the success and the life of the production of the animals. Because one of the things that I'll cover and I'll share with you guys quickly is I believe that the snake becomes very active in your last 2 weeks, right before they lay the eggs, to help move the eggs. Where some people would say, well, she's pregnant, don't move her, or don't let. My retic, when she wanted to come out, she came out and she traveled like she was pregnant. Like she went around the house and stuff like she wasn't pregnant. Although you can see her lugging a whole bunch of eggs. I think it was her way of preparing for birth. Like she didn't have enough in her enclosure to do that. So let me tap on the glass. Nicole lets them out. And she would just go and travel. And it helped her that when she did that one day, she lost her mucus plug. She did that 2 days before she laid. So it's going to be nice coverage to help some people going forward with more details on the process.
I don't plan on breeding retics or anything, but I look forward to seeing that process and seeing those videos, because regardless of if I'm breeding or not, you can't have too much information. And I think
but it's so
like
funny.
dope.
It's a lot of ball pythons. It's a lot. Like a lot of the intricate details on ball python. And people, what I'm saying is to say, ball python breeders are doing a great job of providing information. Retic people have to get better, because with all these retics being breeded, and there is not enough information in videos, it's selfish. And
it comes off as gatekeeping for sure.
Yes, for sure. It's definitely.
And shout out to Ian. Ian is actually who I got the pied berm from.
Okay.
So I don't know. I thought I told you that, but yeah, he's who the pied berm is with him now. But I'll be picking it up soon.
No, I knew you got one of the lizards from him.
The Gila monster, came from him. Yeah. Gila monster came from him. You would like his facility, Nicole. You would like it. For sure.
I can tell. I can tell from his videos and stuff that I would like it.
Girl,
I just don't know. Like I can't. Good morning.
Stop. Go eat.
We got the ladies from the whole back here. Good morning. Definitely two positive sisters. Smart as a whip too. In the ball. Yeah, I love people I can learn stuff from. Intelligent people who are just graceful. Let's see who else we got in the comments before we. I think that we are in our hour. Thank you, Bosa, for dropping cold-blooded Ian's info.
Yes, thank you.
Cracker Barrel always makes me think of the crazy white dude going off the waterfalls in a barrel. Can't help it. I love their food. I do. And even when we traveling south, I have my aunt-in-law. She only will eat at the Cracker Barrel. So when Dre said that, I'm like, whatever. Like
it's just funny because every time I go to Cracker Barrel,
somebody said, but you never ate at a Cracker Barrel in PA. Apparently, that's what they said. So yeah. It was funny.
I know I wasn't the only one, Nicole. We walked in.
No, you wasn't the only one. You know who else it was? The mixed girl, the girl who had the white mother. She said, I know Nicole because my mother white.
Oh, Susie.
What's her name? You know who I'm talking about?
Susie, yeah, Susie. I just talked to her the other day. But
and that's when I shut up when she said, Nicole, look, it's white. The Cracker Barrel.
Listen, when we walked in, I could have swore I heard somebody crack a whip. That's all I'm saying.
It's so bad. She was
work.
Funny to me. But yeah, Dre, that's not the first thing. I'm not the person who think, racism as soon as something happened. But when I saw that article, I said, that day on Dre, this is real. Go get moving for the day.
Listen, whether you like it or not, I be knowing some things, okay?
Riz said, I'll choke a kid. Look, hey, Riz, look, don't mess with look, that's it. And trust, you know what I teach my minds to say? My husband is the diplomatic one. He wouldn't let me go to the school because I ain't no diplomat. He like, no.
Knowing you, Nicole, I probably would have took that route too, because he's like, I don't got time to be bailing you out, bruh. Come on. And he's diplomatic because I'm probably sure he know his own strength. So he like, oh, we're gonna be cool because if I get to getting, it's a wrap. But if
And
he
I'm
sends
telling him, I said, no, you and her mother gonna get up there. Y'all want to be diplomatic. And then when he came back to tell me the story of some of the stuff that was said, I'm like, see, y'all should have took me because this would have been my answer.
Nicole would have been up there like a rabid pit bull going off the COVID. Like no, nobody got time for that.
You better off playing. Don't play with mine. You better find something. Play in traffic. Don't play with mine. Now my grandchildren.
Safer to play with fire.
Yes, no. I am not that mature. I keep telling people that. Age is number. I will still fight your 8-year-old if they try to bank my 7-year-old. Okay, she called in the big dogs.
Listen, I've been kicked out of daycares over my niece, so just imagine what I'm gonna do for my daughter.
But this is the thing. There's so many parents who try to be diplomatic in this world. Now, y'all listen to me. Yes, when I was raising my children, diplomacy worked. In this world, kids at 7, 8 years old are terrorists. You
said diplomacy? I can't be nothing I can't spell. So I'm not being diplomatic. So no, hey, what are you doing? No, sit there.
Terrible.
And I ain't got no sense. I'm sure she knows it. She knows it.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, Miss E. So both also dropped One-a-Ton's link.
Yo,
go check out his Instagram.
Look at Rock's comment.
I'm trying to get down there. You gotta hit it for me because I can't see it. Hold on.
Okay. He said y'all walked in and said we got a cold black.
Hey,
y'all seen Lino?
No. She said something. So it is a cold word. It's a cold word. It's on the news, dog. Just Google it.
Nicole, I know you seen Lean on Me with Morgan Freeman.
Huh?
I said I know you seen Lean on Me with Morgan Freeman.
Yes, I have.
When the fire chief came and they had them chains on the doors, Code Red, get them chains off the door.
Darlene said, wow, Kara, I know what you mean. My girl is pretty chunky and doesn't like it, but wants to eat all the time. I'm trying to teach her everything in moderation and portion. You know what? If she likes to eat, teach her exercise because exercise curbs your appetite. That's the one thing that I think that with younger kids, people don't realize. Think about your kids when you had them in sports.
Girl, I'm glad you clarified. I thought we was talking about snakes. Okay, I was
confused. No, I was reading.
Well, I wanted to make sure before I commented.
Yeah. So with Michael, in most kids with special needs, they love to eat a lot. But when you make him do things and you make him not be bored or exude energy, it restricts what he will eat. And we'll find that a lot of times he'll put the rest of his food in the microwave because he don't want to eat it. But exercise curbs your appetite for sure. I'll be praying and sending good vibes y'all's way. Let me know how it goes. I'm on Insta and Facebook Messenger. Oh, she's talking to Kara. Yeah, I don't play that bullying stuff at all. And another thing, teaching your kids to be. One thing I love about Lizzo. Now, I do agree that the crap she wear, and I say this for it's certain things that I wouldn't wear because it just don't look right. So it has nothing to do with her being big or anything like that. You can be skinny and wear something that doesn't look right on you, you know. But what I love about her, I do think some of it's a little false, but I love people who love the skin that they in truly. Because if you teach somebody that, like someone asked me, you going, babe? Okay. Someone asked me, did I ever grow up with a complex? It was my typing teacher. She wanted me to talk to her daughter about being dark skinned. And I said, no, like, I didn't even know that being dark skinned was a problem because growing up, I had nicknames called my uncles called me Black Beauty. My father called me Dark and Lovely. My uncle called me Pepsi, which was everybody's favorite soda. Like everything that was associated, I was called Sexual Chocolate. Like everything with my skin was associated with something positive. So I didn't know that dark-skinned girls grew up I always thought I was beautiful, even to this day. The reason why I refused to wear makeup is because my father always said it was for ugly people. Now, we all know that's not true. I'm just telling you what my father said. You can enhance your beauty. I'm not saying that if you wear makeup, it's for ugly people, but that's how I was raised. So I don't wear makeup, y'all. This is my skin with good lighting.
You got some nice nicknames. I got called stuff like African booty scratcher. I got
See,
called
that's
tough
the
stuff.
thing. It's weird.
I still get mistaked for being from Africa, and I'm just like, I mean, I'm down for my culture and my roots, but I've never been there.
So I get mistaken, especially in Fort Washington, for being Guyanese specifically. But that's, to me, I think women from Guyana are gorgeous. So if you say, I know I'm not from there, but thank you. Like, if that's like telling me you look Ethiopian, I don't. But I'm saying women are gorgeous. So if you said that to me, I'm not offended, you know. But so when we talk about how people are raised differently, I guess growing up in an urban community where, like, I had aunts and uncles who were my aunt lived right across the parking lot from us. She was white. So we didn't talk like that. You know what I mean? So everything around my complexion was uplifting. So I say that to say that when you have children, when you find that they feel as though, I guess, something is flawed in them, big it up. You know what I mean? Like, one thing I don't like about myself is my butt. Everybody who knows me, I hate having a big butt. Why people go out here and get BBLs, I have no idea. It is the one thing I wish I can change about me. When I work out, whether I was a size 2 or whether I'm a size 10, I always had a huge butt, and I hate it. I hate it. But everybody around me, including my husband, makes me think this is one of the most wonderful things about me. So whether I dislike it or not, it gives me affirmation. Shut up. I think I'm just saying, like,
you didn't have to say that. We all know.
You know what I'm saying? The affirmation words actually help me in that process, so I don't feel as bad about it. You know, I guess, if that makes sense. But I hate it. Like, I hate it. Buying clothes. My husband can't go shopping without me. Like, I can't say, unless it's like stretchy stuff, I can't just say just get a medium, because no one size work for me, because it all depends on how the material work. Like, it's some real issues with that, you know. So somebody else may look at something and think it's beautiful, and that person might look at it as a flaw. Once you identify that person find it as a flaw in themselves, big it up. That's the best way to help them, especially with kids. Because if, I guess in my case, I didn't know that being dark skinned was a problem. So all my life I grew up. I didn't know.
I think that's the one thing about being raised as, you know, dark skin, is like, you're gonna look at things from many different ways, because people gonna say many different things, and it's really gonna take for you to get to a certain point to understand that whatever negative things people say about you because you're dark skinned is obviously because they're jealous. I mean, why do you have a problem with me because I'm darker than you? What other reason could you have? Because me personally, I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
I never knew it was an issue. And I think, again, thank God for being raised in a certain way, because I never thought it was an issue. And I just think that anybody who bullies anybody for anything, you know, being fat, being skinny, I know some fat people who can outrun me. I know some fat people who are way more. I'm more athletic than my husband, who looks like he's in perfectly good shape. Ask him to run down the street beside me. You gonna come back at 50? Me. He ain't gonna make. What you say, sweetie? What she saying?
Oh, every time I'm on a podcast, this girl asking for a snack. This is like the 5th one in a row. It all started.
You need to get one before you get on the podcast, Lizzie. What are you upgrading to later? Retake.
Okay.
You mean as far as enclosures? Most of my retakes are already in their forever enclosure. I only have about 1, 2, 3 that at some point, and that's going to be in a couple years, that will go up into like probably like a 11 or 10. But at this point, I mean, the ones that are in the bigger enclosures, they're good. I don't need to, you know, upgrade them to anything. They have plenty of room, and all of my retakes, regardless of what enclosure they in, they're out all the time. Even the dwarf is out all the time. You just can't. You got to keep your eyes on her, because she can get lost. Which is another reason why I prefer mainlands over dwarfs. Mainlands, even if they're trying to hide, they can't hide. You know exactly where they at. Be like, I see you right there. Bye, Christina. Yes, my sister walked 2 miles to get my nephew out. Yep. Telling you, like that's what you gotta do. But you have to change their diet because that's the one thing. Kids are dying so much earlier from like ailments that they just shouldn't have, and it's because they're not active like we were. So all the junk and stuff that we ate, think about we ran all day to the night till the lights went out, and then we went. We wasn't sitting behind no computer.
But also they're ingesting a lot worse products than you guys were back then because they start cheapening up the ingredients and everything. Why you laughing?
Yeah, I mean, it's like you have to. You just it's just things that you have to be conscious of. You know, like you just cannot. I don't know. I just think people should just not be conscious of it and just leave it alone. Y'all walked away. What did it say? Y'all walked in and they was like, "We got a cold." Oh, that was Rock's conference. I'm still that far behind. Jesus, I'm sorry, y'all. All right, Darlene says, "Speak the truth, Nicole. My kids are so sassy. Even my oldest, who's autistic. I asked him what he was doing yesterday. He said, what it looked like?"
Daddy, I will go with Daddy. Sorry. Go watch cartoons, please.
Yes, cheerleading and gymnastics will definitely keep you. I don't know. We was talking earlier about Krishan Rock. And I don't know if all of y'all know who she is, but Krishan Rock is actually from Baltimore. Krishan Rock was an athlete, and now she's one of those people baddie, but she's Blueface girlfriend. Krishan Rock's body, if y'all remember when she first came on TV, was a totally athlete body. She became a drunken high every day, and her body is nothing like it used to be. Don't be Krishan. She is too young for all of that. What, Nicole? You're from Ghana. Let me. No, I'm not. I'm not. People always ask me that though. Where I live is a lot of Guyanese people here, Ethiopian, West African, Nigerian. And I'm always they are very specific with Guyanese. So, but no, I always found dark skin beautiful, and I am jealous sometimes that I'm so pale. My daughter loves darker skinned dolls and loves making friends with people of different races. Yeah, so Darlene, so that was like even some of my friends growing up, they thought it was so cool that I didn't have the tan, for example. Like I just didn't have those kind of friends either. I guess, I have Puerto Rican friends even to this day. My friends of all different looks and flavors, and we never looked at each other like you look like this or you look like that. We just, you're beautiful, I got some girlfriends who are very big and beautiful. So I don't know. My only complex was being darkest child in a house of light skins, but my granny always hyped me up. So yeah, see, I was the darkest child in my mother's house too, but I don't know. I don't know. My only complex has been. Oh, I got that one. Hey, Levi. So yes, Levi. I don't know if you were in, but we definitely gave you a shout out today. And our people doing amazing things. You and Chris. So shout out to y'all. My daughter is part-time soldier, full-time cop, and single mom to 2 boys. So shout out to everything. Amen. Well, just shout out to her being being female in the it's tough internally and it's tough externally. All right. Next week, make her a snack charcuterie board.
Charcuterie is the word.
A charcuterie, okay, board. Keep her busy.
I ain't gonna tell you what we call them over here.
Different things in a muffin tin for her. I don't even know what that is.
You know what a charcuterie board is?
I mean, unless you give it a fancy name and it's just a cutting board or something like that. But no,
That's
I don't.
Literally what it is, just like a cutting board.
I got choked on about being short, but I embrace my inner elf. Did you see that?
Exactly. You got to listen. When I go to Tinley, and there's so many people that's like, "Oh, I didn't realize you were that short," and I'm just like, another one. Like I've been short my entire life. It's got to be old by now. Like you either like it or you don't. Like, I don't know where y'all get this
when I took away
stigma
from
that I look tall on camera because I don't. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, processed food. I tell you this: if you ever want to stop eating processed food or get somebody to stop eating processed food, have them watch What the Health. I will not eat anything out of a can after that. Anything. And my husband hated. Like he be like, no, I'm not eating it. Have them watch What the Health. Made me not eat a lot of things. A lot. Love you too, dude. Love you too, Levi. All right, so the last one, I grew up around all different colors and races, was taught people are people and color doesn't matter. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I guess too, for me, that's why I don't, and Dre, no, I don't get offended by a lot of racist comments and stuff like that. Because I was just raised differently. Like words are so beneath me. Like now you have to insult me directly in order for me to even respond. It's like on some racist. I will laugh because I think you because you if I size myself up to you, you can't touch who I am in status. You can't. So that's what you should be mad about if you are a racist person, not my color or anything like that. But I don't get bothered by it. And even with the Cracker Barrel thing, Dre was adamant about it. And I'm still, everybody around me, even Suzanne wasn't. Suzanne said, Nicole, I am half white. My mother's white. Dre is right. It was Suzanne who said it. The one with the tarantulas. And I'm still laughing, but you know, I just think that sometimes too, I'm not extra sensitive either. Like you can say something. The only thing I don't like is when you say things not directly to me. But if you say something directly to me, I'm not hard. I'm not soft skinned at all. I'm very tough skinned. I'm very tough skinned. You can say a lot of things directly to me, and I will just crack up or say you're right. I get called out all the time.
Tough skin.
I am tough-skinned.
Hard-headed.
Whatever. I'm not hard-headed. Tough-skinned.
Forehead.
Did you go there? So the biggest I cannot hide the size of this head is a mark in my family. That's how my father would determine if the child was ours. I swear to goodness. Let me see the head. They have a big head, they are baby. Get a DNA test. The Massey side of me has big heads. Can't help it.
How your sister doing?
She's doing great. She's doing great. I talked to her for a long time. She was going to come here. She wanted to bring my nephew here the day before T'Challa laid. And I just told her I didn't want the, you know, like because T'Challa was preparing to lay. I didn't want the kids here. So she was supposed to come the next day, but she's doing good, living her best life.
She wouldn't be happy to be coming to Tinley, would she? Asking for a friend.
She would like it. She would really enjoy Tinley.
I'm sure.
I'll ask her. You should ask her. She would, because we're driving. She can just come down with us.
Yeah, you do that.
I just got on phone instead of PC. What's the heart for? Never seen that before. The heart?
Oh, yeah. So it looks like on YouTube, you can hit the heart button now.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that. I'm like, oh, the heart.
Just like so you know how like if you watch Instagram Live and you can add like little reactions, it's the same. It's literally the same exact thing.
Okay.
I just threw some in there to hype us up a little bit.
Me too, trying to get fancy.
You know. This is why Nicole really keep me around.
Actually, I did a lot by myself recently. I haven't been bugging you.
I gotta, I'm trying
to teach myself. I'm trying to be a little bit more self-sufficient.
I gotta send you my updated logo.
I hate it. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. You didn't ask me, you didn't consult with me, not that you did too. But we're gonna talk about it right after this. See what up. So I'm a good see. I didn't say anything until he just said it. Y'all. Don't be talking about me. I can see.
Snap. I'm glad I did because now I gotta hear it. So because now
I'm gonna tell you why.
Now I'm gonna make sure I get you a shirt with the logo on it, big as hell, and it's gonna say Lady Tiz on the back, and you gotta wear it.
When you post, we're gonna talk about it. Darlene, it's new. I assume what to do. Just make hearts flow. I understand its purpose for what you do, but you do so much more. We're gonna talk about it. I think it's supposed to be like the thing on the Instagram, but I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. Oh heck now. All right. So guys, we are more than our hour in. I hope everybody have a wonderful day. It is President's Day. There's a lot of sales. So even if you don't, care for the president, don't celebrate him, celebrate the sales. Go get you some 50% off. Car dealerships and everything have good sales today. Amazon has an online sale. I don't know on what, but I'm gonna check it out. But I appreciate you all. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really did. I think it's good for a Monday where most of us were off from work today. And then just to give some highlight with some great people doing some amazing stuff. It's so many people that we get to look up to and learn things from. Shout out to Tim again. So I'm gonna send Chris a message. But that's why I don't change my camera. I have the camera. I just don't change it because this camera I ain't gotta adjust the lighting or anything. It'd be ready for me. Impressed him more than twice now. I'm playing with it. Have a great day, everyone. See you guys on Saturday for Reptiles and Cocktails. We'll see you guys on Wednesday for Balls and Things at 8 p.m. on Cheese Constrictors. And of course, Hair Down every Friday at 8 p.m. GP Snakes on Friday at 7 p.m. This is my time. I can't flip the Centrals and the Pacifics and all of that. This is all Eastern that I'm giving you right now. But until then, peace, everybody. Have a wonderful day.
What are you doing?